Hey, what's up, everybody? Every Thursday, I will be throwing it back. Pause. I know that sounds a little cliche, but no, pause on the pause moment. But yeah, every Thursday, I'll be doing Throwback Thursdays from previous videos that I shot when I was first shooting My Mom Mondays and how even them videos got me inspired. So while y'all at it, like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget, follow that Instagram page. And I hope y'all enjoy the video. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Kimberly Sykes doing another segment of My Mom Mondays. And on today's segment of My Mom Mondays, what I basically want to talk about is knowing your why. And as y'all know, like me, I watch a lot of videos on like Steve Harvey, Inky Johnson, and there's a lot of motivational videos. Or I take my lessons from My Mom Mondays and or what I learned from the week, or there's something that's going on with real life situation, or what I basically, like I said, what I take from when I watch videos. And like I said, I was watching this video, some videos from motivational videos with Steve Harvey, and he talked about your talent. And just summing it up and how I'm curring this with knowing your why is basically they comprehend hand in hand. Basically, what I'm saying. And like I said, one thing he talked about is your talent. And what he basically said was your talent is something that you put the less effort in, but you get to maximize results in. And with that all being said, that just, like I said, go comprehend with your hand in hand with your why. And like how I feel about your why is just like how he said you put the less amount of effort, you get the most amount of results. I feel like that is completely true, because basically your why is your passion and like the thing that you get the most enjoyment out of doing. I believe that like if you, when you doing your why, like you just feel so fulfilled about what you doing on a day-to-day basis, whereas I could just be a testimony, or I know a lot of people are testimony to this, just doing your 9 to 5. Like in your 9 to 5, you put so much effort into doing it, but do you really feel accomplished when you get something done at your 9 to 5, or you just doing it just to get a paycheck, or you just doing it just to get an end result? Whereas sometimes when you're doing your why, sometimes you could do it and not get the results that you want, but you know at the end of the day there's an end result that you want. Or you know at some point there's gonna be a point in return. Whereas you're doing your 9 to 5, where you're just doing things that you're not passionate about or you're not talented about, you're not so driven, or you just have a purpose that's materialistic. Whereas I feel like your why is something where you do this non-materialistic, not all the time. And also what he basically said was, and like I just said in a little bit earlier ago, like eventually you're gonna get the results that you want and you're gonna accomplish something. And also with that why, your why don't have to be something that's big and major. Like that's testimony to even people I know, and even what he stated. Like it could be you could be a barber, you could be a landscaper, you could be a hairstylist, you could do makeup, anything. You could be a doctor, lawyer, anything. Like just like these videos, they help me out, and I think like this is something that I feel like I'm destined to do, and this is my why. It's just like just being able to speak, and I know I'm not getting the end results, but I just feel so accomplished by doing it. And like I say, just like even like even little things, like just like I know I got a friend of mine who's opening his gun business. I got friends as photographers, and I know for a fact that like even though some of the things are not major and people don't take notice of, but I know at the end of the day, every time they do it, they feel happy and they feel accomplished that they're doing something that they enjoy doing. And that's what I basically like what I'm trying to get to y'all why, because not everybody knows what their why is right now. Because you might think you're doing something that's your why. You might feel like, hey, I'm getting the results that I want, but do you technically feel completely fulfilled, or are you just doing it just because you're getting the results that you like? Are you really doing it just to enjoy yourself? And even if you didn't get that same return on what you're doing right now, would you really enjoy doing it? Or is it something you're doing because you're getting recognition or you're getting satisfaction from outside sources? See, I feel like your why is something that's internally also. Like even though that's your talent, that's also an internal enjoyment you get out of doing it. And just like I just said, like just the effort. Like most of the time your why is, I mean, you built upon it, but it's effortless. And I like this is like kind of an effortless. I'm not saying like it's effortless, like I don't think about it, but I know the time and effort that I put in my job is a lot more time and effort I put into these videos, in these podcasts. And just like I said, like you're not gonna figure out your why overnight. sometimes it takes people time. Like sometimes it takes people years and years. It might take some. You might be 4 years old, and you eventually find out what you like to do and what you're most talented at doing. Like I mean, heck, people go to college and they thinking that they get a degree, and unfortunately, speaking forward, it's not necessarily like their why, and that's a sad story. But also, this piggyback and it's something that goes hand in hand with like your why is your what. Like I believe like that's from my personal journey and my personal experiences in life. Your what is what drives you sometimes, because I know my driven force sometimes might not necessarily be always my why, but my what of just like wanting to help out my family and wanting to take care of my family, and that pushes me over the level of like accomplishing great things, because your what could get you the best, could get to you the best than anything else. And I know there's some people out here that like their what's sometimes kind of triumphs their whys, but don't necessarily look at your what as your bad thing. But like I said though, your why, just chase it, because there's a gift and there's a talent in everyone where they put the less amount of effort into, but they get the best amount of results. And even though they don't get the best amount of results, and then right now, eventually they're gonna accomplish some great things. And I know some people, they go through hell and high water just to figure out like, is this going to turn out the way that I wanted to turn out? But if it's your why, you're gonna accomplish it. And like I said, y'all, just figure out what your why is, and then you'll eventually be happy and you'll be fulfilled. And with that being said, this is Kim Sykes doing another segment of My Mind Mondays.